I've never felt nothing in the world like this before. Now I'm missing you and I'm wishing you would come right through my door.
Blocking the entrances or stopping any of the workers from entering or leaving Honeywell in the facility. So just make sure you stay on the sidewalks or on the grass on this side. After the sidewalks behind you, that is Honeywell property, so as much as you can, try to stay off that property. And again, our focus is not on any of the workers. It's on Honeywell, it's on the Canadian government, who is lying to us, and making sure that we expose these lies that we're being told and hold them all accountable. So the government, or not the government, the workers could actually be our allies in this. So again, if there are any workers, feel free to hand them a flyer, talk to them about why we're here, but we're not going to be hostile to them. As well, as you've probably noticed, there are police and security guards that are kind of making the rounds. So just don't engage with them. We have people who are trained and assign that role of engaging with them. Don't engage with any agitators. You can see the one across the street, just ignore it. As well, if there's any media, don't talk to any media, and just direct them to myself or one of the other organizers. All right, I'm going to hand it off to Natasha, who's going to start us off with a little bit of a land acknowledgement.
So we acknowledge the lands which constitute the present-day city of Mississauga is on the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat and the Wyandot nations. We aim to follow the lead of Indigenous organizers who have clearly outlined the connections between colonialism here and colonialism globally. As a settler colonial state, Canada has an invested interest in supporting and maintaining colonial legitimacy around the world. As we fight for a free Palestine, we also have a responsibility to resist colonial forces at home that continue to enact a genocide on First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people across Turtle Island. From Turtle Island to Palestine, occupation is a crime.
So I guess I'll introduce, for anyone who doesn't know us, a little bit about Mississauga Streets Vote for Palestine. We are a collective of residents from throughout Mississauga who have been organizing for a free Palestine since December 2023. So we're coming up on a streets vote. We've now organized throughout Mississauga and have been participating in the Arms Embargo Now campaign since it's starting a couple of months ago. And we are participating in the call on the Canadian government to enact a two-way arms embargo. That is why we are here today. As you see, we are outside Honeywell Aerospace. Civil society organizations across the country launched the Arms Embargo Now campaign, which is a cross-sectoral campaign calling on the federal government to impose a full and immediate arms embargo on Israel. This campaign has the support of over 400 unions and civil society organizations. They have coordinated actions at dozens of MP offices and secured the support of 46, actually I think it's now 47 members of parliament across party lines. The Canadian government continues to claim that arms are not being sent to Israel, but this is a lie. Shame. Today we are here to expose the ongoing Canada-Israel arms trade and amplify our demands for an immediate arms embargo. For those who don't know what an arms embargo is, don't worry, I'm going to give that information too. So according to the United Nations Human Rights Council, an arms embargo involves seizing the immediate sale, transfer, and diversion of arms, munitions, and other military equipment, and this council has called on countries to cease this sending of arms to Israel. Contrary to the misleading statements of our politicians, Canadian companies continue to export weapons, components, and military technology to Israel, including via the United States, and Honeywell is one of those companies. Shame! We are here to say that Canada must do everything in its power to end the flow of weapons to Israel's genocide. Canada is the 6th largest arms buyer from Israel. The weapons deployed against Palestinians are marketed to international customers like the government of Canada as battle-tested and combat-proven. Shame! Shame! Our Canadian tax dollars pay for these Israeli-made weapons, providing profits to the Israeli army industry and giving Israel moral cover for using those weapons against Palestinians. These imports of weapons from Israel must also stop. We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
Arms embargo right now!
Arms embargo right now!
We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
Arms embargo right now!
Arms embargo right now!
Government officials are lying to us. In September, Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly said, and I quote, "We will not have any form of arms or parts of arms be sent to Gaza, period." This was a lie. Rather than stop all the direct transfers of arms to Israel, Canada merely paused the approval of any future permit requests and suspended 30 of the active permits. This is a mere 12% of permits. There are still over 200 active permits for direct military exports from Canada to Israel. Shame! Minister Joly also took no further action to actually close the existing loophole which allows Canadian companies to sell weapons to Israel via the US. This is a smokescreen for inaction. Shame! Every time the government lies,
Every time the government lies,
a neighborhood in Gaza dies.
a neighborhood in Gaza dies.
Every time our government lies,
Every time our government lies,
a neighborhood in Gaza
a
dies.
neighborhood in Gaza dies.
This loophole allows for the majority of Canada's arms exports to Israel to pass through the US. Honeywell, which is right over there by the way, is exploiting these loopholes. These exports are largely unregulated and untracked, and the F-35 program is one deadly example of this loophole. The national campaign that is happening today is focusing on the F-35s. F-35s are Lockheed Martin's flagship fighter jet and the most advanced warplane used by the Israeli Air Force. They're a key tool of destruction and mass death in Gaza and Lebanon. F-35s are dropping 200 pounds of US-made bombs on residential neighborhoods, schools, and refugee camps. Shame! And every single F-35 warplane contains over $2 million of Canadian parts. Shame! Canada is complicit. Our politicians must stop gaslighting us. We are here to expose the lies. Canada has done nothing to stop the vast majority of arms exports to Israel that are going through the US. Thanks for waiting. We have witnessed the devastating impacts of Israel's bombings. Refugee camps set on fire, apartment buildings flattened, schools demolished. Tens of thousands of people, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people, have died from the blast or being crushed by the rubble. This destruction is being carried out by components made right here, right in our neighborhood, right here in Mississauga, at this Honeywell facility. This is unacceptable. Shame! Honeywell, you can't hide!
Honeywell, you can't hide.
Your F-35s fuel genocide!
Your F-35 fuel genocide.
Honeywell, you can't hide!
Honeywell, you can't hide.
Your F-35s fuel genocide!
Your F-35 fuel genocide.
Let's be a bit louder so they can hear us, because there are some workers that are in there today. Honeywell, you can't hide!
Honeywell, you can't hide.
Your F-35s fuel genocide!
Your F-35 fuel genocide.
Honeywell, you can't hide!
Honeywell, you can't hide.
Your F-35s fuel genocide!
Your F-35 fuel genocide.
All right, I am now going to pass it over to my comrade over here who's going to give us a little bit more information on the details of what Honeywell is complicit in and what Honeywell is doing.
So, we gathered here today, not just in protest, but in a moral outrage. Behind these walls, Honeywell Aerospace manufactures components for the F-35 fighter jet, machines of war that have been deployed in the systematic destruction of Palestinian lives in Gaza, the West Bank, and Lebanon. These jets equipped with Honeywell's technology have been instrumental in operations that many around the world recognize as acts of genocide.
Shame!
Honeywell's Mississauga plant produces controllers for the power and the thermal management system of the F-35. Honeywell also provides jet engines as well as components in many of the guided bombs, missiles, and drones used by the Israeli military. As we know, these jets have been documented in operations resulting in civilian casualties and destruction of essential infrastructure. By continuing production, Honey Hell is complicit in these atrocities. Shame. Our message is clear. No more profits from genocide. No more complicity in war crimes. We will not be silent as corporations and governments enable the slaughter of innocents. The blood of the Palestinian people stains not just the hands of those who pull the trigger, but also those who supply the weapons. And our demands, not one more of their F-35 fighter jet should be sent to Israel as it uses these planes to wreak death and destruction in what is already the most destructive bombing campaign in the 21st century. Shame! Canada plays an integral part of the supply chain that makes these machines possible and has an obligation under both domestic and international law to stop exporting these weapons and technology by any means necessary to Israel, especially by a loophole through the U.S. We are demanding that the Canadian government cancel existing export permits, close all export loopholes, stop all planned purchases of Israeli weapons, and implement a full, proper two-way arms embargo on Israel. We won't allow the government lies or media to silence us or distract us from this goal. Thank you.
Justice, you say how?
Arms embargo right now!
Arms embargo right now!
And just a quick note, please, everybody, if you haven't already, please take one of our flyers for our events today and any actions that you can take. Thank you.
Go on your social media and tell your friends, your family, and your community, and your group chat. Please tell your...
Fuck the police. Peel Police Liaison spotted.
Now we will have a speech from a respected member of our community. Please listen in. Sheikh Ayman is here to speak. Thank you.
In our lifetime we will be free. One day when the light shines we will be free. In our lifetime we will be free. And they can bury us, but they will find out we are seeds. I say free Palestine because I know of every massacre we suffered. The Nakba, Sabra, Shatila, and Rafah. My people have died a million times in the struggle. Still they rise from the tide like a rose through the rubble. I see God himself in the eye of a refugee who'd rather die a martyr than live a life under siege. So if I'm not allowed to say from the river to the sea, then from the Rhine to the sea, Palestine will be free. Still they know they can't shake us. $1 billion sword to the neck. Death cannot break us. And every Palestinian refugee holds a key. One day we will return, no matter how long it takes us. In our lifetime we will be free. One day when the light shines we will be free. In our lifetime we will be free. And they can bury us, but they will find out we are seeds.
world are doing. Like the workers in Greece who refused to load arms and shut down the...
The workers are showing us what true sacrifice means. Just a few days ago, it was announced that the Maersk ship that was carrying arms to Spain was refused. And after the ship was refused the opportunity to dock in Spain, they went to Morocco, and the dock workers of Morocco refused to We must globalize this intifada into every single sector of civil society, as students, as workers, and wherever you are and whatever you do. Every single person has a skill set to contribute to the movement, and every single one of you has a role in the movement. The people united will never be defeated. 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 The people united will... Because people see our movement and they think we're just angry, that we're coming here for catharsis, just to scream for no reason. We need everyone to know that we have concrete demands, and we have in concrete ways to push for these demands. So everyone, to please turn on your phones, put on the flash, and take a recording of these demands and share it. Our first is an immediate arms embargo to be placed on the Zionist entity of Israel. Our second demand is an immediate ceasefire in Lebanon and in Gaza so that our people can heal and rebuild. Our third demand is the lifting of the siege on Gaza and the end to the occupation of all Palestinian land from the river to the sea. Our fourth demand is the release of the over 10,000 Palestinian prisoners who are languishing behind Zionist jails without charge or trial. And our final demand is the return of all Palestinian people around the world to the historic homeland in accordance with the internationally recognized right of return. Until every single one of these demands are free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Alright everyone, so as we start marching back to our end destination, we need a straight line and continue our march. So everyone that is ready.
I've seen massacres, I'm grateful to be alive. You appreciate life when you survive a genocide. Look in my eyes and tell me what you see. Ran out of tears to cry out till Palestine is free. Got a problem with a system that doesn't want its existence. Turn a city to a prison that's missing living conditions. My mom's calling, she's telling me she kinda scared. I hear the bombs falling, I smell the death up in the air. My uncle lost his children, I lost my cousins. His tears water the grave to let him know we still love some. Our schools turn to shelters for the rich and poor. I just pray for peace when I speak, I don't wish for war. Bodies laying out, ain't nothing to play about. I give my people hope, cause I'm the first who made it.
Ooh, why did you have to go? You could have let me